It's the 23rd of the 1st, 2020, and this is my second upload for today. Just basically with regard to the ongoing issues that are being caused in this community by people that have already caused a very serious wrongdoing back in 2016, 2017. As I've said before, I'm a deserted wife and I've been harassed from my marital home. So I'm in public accommodation, and the authorities have been made aware of the ongoing issues that this community or these culprits are causing. There's been a lot of falsehoods involved. There's been a lot of false claims involved, a lot of unsubstantiated false claims and calls as well. I don't know whether to be worried about my own well-being or whether to be worried more so about the individuals that are so preoccupied with causing these kind of problems. From what I've gathered, they're adults, and these adults are individuals that are very consumed and preoccupied with causing as much trouble as possible for me. These same culprits are also guilty of other offences that go back to over a decade ago. The authorities have full knowledge of this situation. There are individuals contacting others with reports and claims that are false and are none of their business. I live on my own. I live peacefully on my own. And there are individuals in this residence that are persistent in their tactics of falsehoods and false claims. This issue is ongoing. I'm an adult woman. I'm a deserted wife. I'm a mother. And there are individuals in this community that have violated every constitutional right that every citizen is entitled to. This upload is for public knowledge so that people are aware of the individuals and their prying and lying into my private life and their destruction and disruption in society due to their inability to mature and behave like grown adults. So the tactics that have been involved have not just included false claims and falsehoods and whatnot, defamation of my character, as I've stated already in the past, defamation of my character regarding my personal life, with regard to my profession, etc., etc., etc. So it's the 23rd of January 2020, and I'm fully cognizant of individuals at this hour of the night making calls and making false claims. So back in 2016, that's what gave rise to a very serious wrongdoing that occurred in January 2017. And this issue is ongoing. So this is what it's like as a victim of crime, a victim of hate crime. The Victim Support Federation, etc., etc., those kind of groups, as well as the civil liberty groups, all need to seriously address all of these problems that this vendetta has involved. As I've said, as a married woman, as a deserted wife, my legal rights and entitlements have been disrespected. I don't receive spousal support. There's other issues. Also, as a victim of sexual assault, I've not received any amends for what occurred over a decade ago that damaged my career. This has also involved medical wrongdoings and medical negligence and medical incompetence. So, as a person minding her own business, an adult woman, a private citizen, I'm wondering, why is there such a preoccupation with causing such serious wrongdoings? These are adults, and it's quite neurotic for any adult to be persistent in their efforts with causing further problems for a woman that they don't even know. that they don't engage with, that they don't interact with, um, that is none of their business. So basically, victim support groups, this is what it's like to be a victim of hate crime in a community. Um, People just saying what they like and doing what they like, violating my privacy, claiming falsehoods, causing problems, and not acknowledging how serious the problems are that they've already caused. In 2017, as I've said, there's also been spiritual violence in this community that I have been victim of. There's other issues that are going on, very serious wrongdoings. The authorities, um, they're aware of the domestic violence, etc., that I've experienced and the harassment that I've experienced. As a victim, there's not been much support at all. Um, Due to my career being damaged by these people, my earnings have also been very severely depleted. My health has been affected by these people as well, that have intruded upon my practitioner's care of me and intruded and breached my confidentiality. Um, so this is what's going on in Tralee County, Kerry. That's what these people are resorting to. They're making a lot of false claims about a person they don't know or live with. They're making a lot of false claims that are unsubstantiated. They're causing a lot of very serious wrongdoings and damaging very serious innocent lives. Um, the same people have perpetrated legal violations. They've threatened other people's safety um, with the trouble that they've caused. The legal violations are most serious. As a married woman deserted in the community due to hate crime, um, there's offences being perpetrated that entitle me to whistleblower protection, because as a victim of these people and their lies and the theft that they have perpetrated, um, whistleblower protection is an entitlement of mine that is required due to these people and the damage that they've caused already so far, not only since I gave birth and got married in 2015, but even over 10 years ago as well. So I'm just wondering, are the authorities going to facilitate this against an innocent woman and mother? Are the authorities aware of how serious this is to happen to an innocent mother, a law-abiding citizen that has been sexually assaulted and spiritually violated, and that has experienced very serious constitutional wrongdoings just because of these people and their agendas? So I'm just curious, how long are they going to be facilitated and prioritized above the vulnerable in the community because of what they're doing? Um, my rights are being disrespected. There are other individuals in this matter as well as myself that have been impacted by what's going on. So, would the authorities and the politicians kindly address this issue? Because at whatever time of the day it is, in the privacy of my own accommodation, um, when I should be living in my marital home, but having had the experiences of harassment there as well, I'm just wondering, is it how they're being facilitated in these wrongdoings and falsehoods and this vendetta? Because I'm getting very annoyed with this situation. It's highly disrespectful for any woman, adult citizen, to be experiencing this kind of nonsense, because these are adults and they're very, very preoccupied with causing as much trouble for me as possible. And they don't seem to realize the trouble that they've caused already. And they don't seem to realize what they owe for the damages that they've done. So I'd appreciate it if local authorities and politicians, as well as national authorities and politicians and the media, would acknowledge that there's a very serious vendetta of hate crime being perpetrated against a deserted wife and mother in Tralee County, Kerry, Ireland, and that this is involving issues of sexual violence, spiritual violence, medical negligence, legal violations, financial abuse, financial theft, etc., etc., etc. So, female politicians in particular, as a HAPS resident, law-abiding, peaceful citizen, this is an issue that concerns everybody, because as I've said before, if it's happening with me, who else will be the next victim of their ways?